Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I am based in Washington, D.C. We help clients with all types of immigration matters, um, no matter where they're located. So they might be in the U.S., they might be abroad, they might be in different states outside of the D.C. metro area, and we can help with immigration matters no matter where in the U.S. or abroad you might be located. We ourselves are in Washington, D.C. We just moved our office. Last week was our first, actually, last week. It's Monday, guys. It's getting late and I'm forgetting the day already. This means it's already a busy week for us. Um, Last week was our first full week in our Washington, D.C. office. We will soon be inviting our clients to come and visit us for in-person meetings, and that will be likely starting next week. So if you'd like to schedule an in-person meeting, feel free to call our office. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. If you're joining me for the first time, say hello, introduce yourself. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. Hi, NM. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining again. I think you've been on before, but still nice to see you. We're streaming live on multiple platforms. So I'm here on TikTok today, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you're on, feel free to say hello. And I know that I've seen some of you on here before. Hey, Khalif, nice to see you. Hi, Big Boss. Hi, Anas, Gurdeep, nice to see you. We have several users here on TikTok saying hello. Hi, Reed. Hi, Sharda. I love the name Sharda. You know why? Because that's my mom's name as well, and she's probably watching because they watch a lot of my, a lot of these lives to support me. Um, they're great. Great. Hi, Ramdas. Hi, Jimmy. Nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So we're streaming live on multiple platforms. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So I will read out questions just so the people on our various platforms can know what I'm talking about here. But if you have a question, feel free to put it into the chat and I will provide my general immigration answer for you. I've got to say that it's general information since I don't know your immigration history. I will give you the best I can without knowing your immigration history. But if you want to have case-specific information, call our office or go online and set up a consultation. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States in all types of U.S. immigration applications. Hey, Mohit, nice to see you. So feel free to put it into the chat. I will go through some questions that some folks have asked me before that I think that will be helpful to you. Mohit says 6 months and no prima facie. We'll get to that in just a second. I'm doing well, Mohit. Mohit says, how are you doing? I'm doing well. All right, so I see a lot of questions popping up. I see my favorite case type, VAWA. You guys all know that I love to talk about VAWA. And I will continue to talk about that today. So if you have some questions, feel free to put it into the chat and I will be happy to do my best to answer them for you. Just know that everything we talk about is just general immigration information since I am not familiar with your immigration history. So your case advice may vary. So just call us for a consultation. That's the best way to know that you're getting the right advice for you. You can call us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can also schedule a consultation for yourself online on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration, or on our website, which is agarwalimmigration.com. Here's a reminder to follow us and like us if you don't already follow and like us on our various platforms. We're Agarwal Immigration on everything. Okay? All right. And if you're just joining, I know we have several people here. Don't hesitate to say hi. Okay? I will read your question and ask just to hang on just a second. All right, great. Okay, so the question of the day that I want to start off with, I want to always make sure I get to this question because this is the question that we have primed for you guys just based on some of the questions that we're receiving. So how long do I need to live with my spouse to qualify for a VAWA? How long do I need to live with my spouse in order to qualify for a VAWA self-petition? This is a very common question. the myth is that you need to live with your spouse for a really long time, but no, you don't have any minimum amount of time required that you need to have lived with your spouse in order to be eligible to qualify for a VAWA. VAWA requires that you're married to either a US citizen or a green card holder if you're doing a spousal VAWA, that there's abuse in your marriage. So it could be emotional abuse, it could be mental, verbal abuse, it could be physical abuse, it could be many different types of abuses all together, or just some of them, or even just one type of abuse. So there has to be abuse in your marriage. You have to be married to a US citizen or a green card holder, and you have to have lived with them. No minimum amount of time to have lived with them. A longer amount of time might show proof that your marriage was real and not just for immigration purposes, but there is no minimum requirement. If you'd like to apply for a VAWA, give our office a call. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. We'd love for you to schedule a consultation with us to see if you are eligible. My name, again, is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We help with many types of cases, including VAWA. I'd love to chat with you more about that during a consultation. Okay, great. So let's see. I have so many questions here. Okay. Nadai says, hello, I need help. Absolutely. Feel free, if I can answer your general question, please feel free to put it in there. Boo, hello, nice to see you. Thank you for joining today. So let's see. Okay. Anas, I saw that you want me to answer your question, so let me try to look at it. It just says, please read my question, but I don't know what it is, and it hasn't popped up here. So if you have a question, put it in. Hi, Oracle. Let's see. Can text and photo showing proof of name on a mailbox and clothes in the closet be proof of cohabitation? They can't really identify that these clothes belong to this person, right? So yes, in some ways it can be proof of cohabitation, meaning that yes, you have a male living in your house, right? That could be some form of evidence, but is it this male living in your house? So there are many ways to prove cohabitation. So the most common way and the strongest way is, for example, if both of your names are on a lease, if both of you are receiving mail to the home, that is a way. But we try to be creative when people don't have a lot of cohabitation evidence. So what we do is we get letters from friends and family that may have been to the home, people that have known this couple to have lived together. You can even get evidence from your landlord showing that they know these two people going in and out of the apartment, if it is an apartment, right? So there's ways to show cohabitation that maybe are a little bit more creative because you don't have the traditional cohabitation evidence. So what you're saying, just like a text and a photo, I wouldn't necessarily say that is or isn't proof, but taken together with everything, it could be helpful. Okay, call us if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. And you can schedule a consultation if you'd like. I know my office is closed right now. It's almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast in the Washington, D.C. area. But if you would like to check out our website or our Facebook page, you can schedule a consultation yourself right there. And you can do that on our Facebook page, Agarwal Immigration. Website is agarwalimmigration.com. If you don't already follow us and like us, make sure you do so you can be notified when I'm on live again. We're streaming on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok right now. If you have friends or family that might be interested in immigration that want to join us for this conversation, please feel free to share this post with them. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We are able to help clients all throughout the United States in all types of immigration applications. Would love to chat with you more about your case. Okay. All right. Is there any easy way to apply for an I-140 for a green card? Is that your question here? Is there an easy way? Well, I wouldn't say necessarily that it's an easy way, but if you qualify and you have strong evidence, that could make approval more likely, right? An I-140 petition is essentially the employment-based petition. So some categories, if you're doing employment-based visas or green cards, you essentially, have a wait list for many, right? But the fastest way is if you qualify for something called EB1, and that could be through extraordinary ability. I mean, if you have an O visa, this might be something you want to think about. If you are working for a company abroad and you're being able to be, and you can be transferred here to the US, you might qualify for EB1 as an international manager. So that often does not have a wait list for a green card to become available. So I guess easy, maybe, but you do have to qualify, and it is a pretty substantial application. So I don't think there's any easy way to do any kind of immigration application in a sense. If you have experience and you've been doing it for a while, it becomes easier. But immigration applications are pretty thorough. You've got to be very detailed, especially if you've had previous applications. You want to be consistent with what's been provided in the past. If there was mistakes in the past application, this is something you want to maybe identify and explain from the very beginning of your next application, right? So it's something that requires a bit of being able to be detail oriented. So I don't think any immigration application is necessarily easy, but if you have strong evidence, it makes it more likely that you will get approved. I hope that is helpful, Anas. Glambody says, how long after biometrics for a VAWA case will you receive a work and travel permit? Usually about 1 to 2 months after biometrics, I expect to see work and travel authorization. Glambody also says, scared to use travel permit. What are some reasons immigration might stop you from re-entering on a travel permit? So some of the times it could be something like having a criminal history, but they could always stop you. Okay, so they can always stop you if you have advanced parole travel authorization and you're traveling on VAWA. I have clients that have had no issues coming back in. I have other clients in certain airports that are kind of a little bit more common to stop VAWA applicants from coming in, and that's Chicago. I've heard quite a bit about Chicago. I would probably say the same thing about maybe Florida. I'm not sure, but any CBP officer can stop you when you're re-entering the United States on advanced parole, and they may question you about your VAWA case. So most of the time, you're being truthful and honest, I assume, in having submitted your VAWA application, but maybe you're not ready, and you certainly don't have your attorney with you when you're re-entering the U.S. on advanced parole. You may not get stopped at all. You might come in very smoothly and easily. However, I always advise my clients to wait to travel until after you have your green card. I don't think it's worth the risk. You've already been here for so many years without status. Perhaps many people in that situation, they've been here without status in the U.S., qualify for VAWA, wait to get approved instead of maybe saying something you didn't mean to say when you're coming into the country and you're stopped by CBP. You're not prepared to do an interview about your VAWA application. Maybe you don't exactly remember dates. It's actually victims of abuse sometimes have a harder time remembering dates and remembering specific details. So you might not be ready to answer some of the questions that come at you when you're traveling back in from abroad. CBP can certainly question you on your applications. And if you say something inconsistent and it hurt your application, then it's not a good idea. Then is that travel really worth it? I'm going to ask you that question. I know many of you have been away from your family for a very long time and you want to see them. I completely understand that. But a green card, if you have a strong VAWA petition, you're eligible for a green card. It's not that far away. So be secure in that or be ready to not be able to re-enter the US and know that that might be a possibility. Okay, call us for a consultation if you would like. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Anas says, can I travel on OPT, renew my F1 visa, and come back to the US, or that's not possible? If you've already maintained status, if you have no issue about maintaining status, I would, if you have OPT, you technically have an F1 extended. So the visa is essentially your re-entry document. So if your F1 status is valid, you've maintained your status, and you get stamped abroad with a new visa, you can show that you that you qualify, that you still qualify for F, and that you've always maintained your status, then you shouldn't have an issue The visa is an entry document. So sometimes the visa can expire, but you still have maintained status. So you want to make sure that you haven't had any issues with status on OPT in terms of your unemployment and whatnot. Hi, Jignesh. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm just going to pop around and see what other questions there are. Mohit says, you didn't answer me. I don't know that okay. Oh, okay. Mohit says, hi, Mohit. I hope you're still here and you're hanging out and watching still so I can finally answer your questions. Okay. So Mr. Mohit says, 6 months and no prima facie. So if you don't know what a prima facie is, it's related to a VAWA case. So a VAWA case, once you file, it's usually the most common case type. There's different types of people that can qualify for a VAWA, but essentially the most common type for us is someone who's married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. They are victims of abuse in the marriage. They live with their spouse. It's a real marriage. It's not just for immigration purposes. You can file, if you're out of status even, you can file based on the abuse in the marriage. So it's a self-petition. You do it without the help of your spouse. It's completely confidential. Your spouse, there's no police report. No one is coming to arrest your spouse based on this, at least. So that is an application that can lead to a green card for many people. So the first document, one of the first pieces of documents that we receive from the government after we file is called this prima facie determination. So this piece of paper essentially is kind of like a pre-approval of your case. So they look at it, they think you qualify, you have all of the elements necessary. Of course, they have to run additional checks and evaluate your application further, but on its face, it looks like it is approvable. That's all that means. So usually that comes after 2 to 3 months. So if you have not received it, there could be a potential issue with your case. Maybe you didn't submit enough evidence of good moral character. Maybe there's an issue with a crime or a previous incident with the police that they might be looking into, or maybe they suspect fraud, right? So there may be different issues that they're looking into before they issue what's called the prima facie. So 6 months is a little bit of a long time. So I would look into it a little bit more. If you're using an attorney, the attorney can check in with the VAWA hotline to see, if there is something that they can do, right? So they can check in with the VAWA hotline to see the status of the case and see what's going on. Maybe it got lost, right? Maybe it's just a post office error or something like that. So don't assume the worst. You can always refile a VAWA case if something, kind of went wrong. So I would look into it. If you use an attorney, maybe look into it a little bit more. Okay. John says, can I pay consultation fees through Western Union? We usually accept like check, money orders. So you feel free to do that. You can, of course, we could accept Western Union. It seems a little bit more complicated, but you could certainly mail us a check, or you can mail us a money order. Or if you go buy a prepaid credit card at a grocery store or something like that, we can accept that as well. Want to make it easy for you, call us. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Okay. I have lots of questions here. Does getting a prima facie guarantee approval of your VAWA case? Does getting a prima facie guarantee approval of your VAWA case? Not necessarily, actually. It does not guarantee approval of your VAWA case. It is a great first step. It is a fantastic first step in your VAWA application. So don't feel bad, right, if you get that, because that's exactly where you want to be 2 or 3 months after you apply. That is what you should be receiving, okay? It doesn't necessarily guarantee approval. Obviously, there are several steps and several more things you need to do, and maybe the government might need additional evidence when they're running checks against previous applications that you filed. And you may need to answer or provide additional evidence for the government before they can approve your case. So a prima facie is a great first step, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee approval of your VAWA case. You want to have a strong declaration. You want to have strong pieces of evidence showing that your marriage was real. showing the abuse in your marriage, and showing that you are of good moral character. Give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Philip says, can I adjust my status by marriage to a U.S. citizen if I worked without permission? I'm currently in valid F1 status and made no false claim to citizenship. So assuming all else is accurate, right? Work without authorization does not impact your ability to adjust status if you are marrying a U.S. citizen. So if you're marrying a U.S. citizen, work without authorization isn't necessarily going to impact your ability to adjust status. However, if you are married to a green card holder and you've worked without authorization, that could be problematic because technically you're not maintaining your status if you were here on a tourist visa or something like that. You need to be in status at that point in order to be able to apply for status as a green card holder. Okay, you can't even be you can't be accruing unlawful presence if you're married to a green card holder and you're applying to adjust status in the U.S. Hope that is helpful, Philip. Again, call us if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, I have been ignoring my TikTok friends over here, so let me see what I can see here. Okay. What is your location? Bharat is asking, what is your location? I am located in Washington, D.C. We're close to Virginia, Northern Virginia. We're close to Maryland. We're centrally located in Washington, D.C. We're metro accessible. We just moved to Washington, D.C. from Virginia, really not that far away, but we just moved to Washington, D.C. from Virginia. And so we are much more accessible to folks by plane, by train, by car. And of course by metro as well, and buses if you are in this area. So call us if we can help you. Again, you don't need to come in person to do an appointment with us. We can, if you want, of course, you're welcome to. We're accepting in-person appointments, not this week, but hopefully next week. We're shooting to have folks come into the office next week. However, if you want to schedule a consultation with us, you can do so without having to come into the office. So you can do it by Zoom, you can do it by phone. It's just as good, I promise. And it's cheaper. We do charge extra for our in-person consultation. So if you want to meet with us, you can certainly do it by phone or by Zoom, which is going to be a lot like this. We can share documents with you. We can talk you through everything, and it's always with me, so don't worry about that. If you feel more comfortable coming in person, like many people do, you're welcome to do that. You just have to wait about a week or so in order to make sure we have time to make it perfect for you before you come and visit us in our new office in Washington, D.C. Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Okay, how long does it take for an approved adjustment of status for EB3 skilled worker? It depends on which country you're from, right? And that changes all the time, so I don't have it memorized, but what you have to do is check the visa bulletin and see which country you're a citizen of, and you can get the wait times directly from there. I've been out of the country for 294 days in the last 5 years on a green card. When can I apply for citizenship? Arabica, I would love to be able to do this kind of math in my head, and it's 10 p.m. Eastern time, so my math is not good. But what I can tell you at this point is that you have to show, and you have to add up the days here, that you've been physically in the U.S. for at least 2.5 years in the last 5 years. So your physical body has to be in the U.S. for at least 2.5 years out of the last 5 years. And you also have to show that you were a resident, so that you maintained your residency for 5 years from the time that, for ending, I guess, at the period that you're submitting your naturalization application. So you can add up the days, just count up add up 365 times 5 divided by 2. And then you can figure out exactly if you meet the requirement or not. Okay. Can you start your own business on OPT? Sharp says, can you start your own business on OPT? Yes, yeah, you can start your own business on OPT. I'm going to say regular OPT, not STEM OPT necessarily. You can be on OPT, you can have your own business. It has to be related to your field, and you have to be showing that you're actually maintaining status, that you're doing work. So give us a call if we can help, 703-348-1663. How long does a VAWA case take? How long does a VAWA case take? To get a VAWA approval, it takes about 1.5 to 2 years to receive a VAWA approval. But in about 6 months or so, if you qualify for a green card as well, you can expect to see a work permit and travel authorization to allow you to leave the country and re-enter. So in about 2.5 to 3 years, you could expect to see a green card, of course, if you qualify. So call us if we can help you with your VAWA and green card. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663, or you can schedule a consultation online on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration, or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We help clients all throughout the United States with their immigration applications. Look forward to meeting many of you. Oops. I think I just answered the question here. How long does VAWA take to get approved? About 1.5 years to get approved. Remember, once your VAWA is approved, you can have work authorization based on VAWA. So even if you don't qualify for a green card, you might be able to have work authorization based only on VAWA. You can continuously renew that work authorization. And that also gives you permission to kind of be here in the US, that you won't be removed because you qualify for a VAWA. Okay, call us if we can help, 703-348-1663, 703-348-1663. I'm not available for calls now. John says it's the feedback is that you're not available for calls right now. You are correct. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. However, if you leave a voicemail, my assistant will call you in the morning when our office opens, which is 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'm just on here because I had some time and I thought that it would be fun to hang out with you guys. So that's why I'm on here, and I wanted to answer some of your questions while I am on here. But feel free to call now. You can leave a voicemail. You can schedule a consultation right now yourself if you want to go onto our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration, or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. You can schedule a consultation and see my availability. You can do that right now. But if you want to talk to my assistant to help you do that, we can certainly do that for you. And you can call our office tomorrow, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Feel free to call our office tomorrow, or if you call now and leave a message, we will definitely give you a call back tomorrow. Okay, hope that is helpful to you guys. Great. I think I got most of your questions. I don't have my wife's green card. Can I do a VAWA case without that? That's actually a really good question. If you're married to an abusive spouse and you don't have proof of their citizenship status, like if you're married to a green card holder, they're abusing you and you qualify for VAWA, but you don't have proof of their immigration status, you can still apply for VAWA. You essentially just ask the government to verify the immigration status of your spouse. So that is something you can definitely do. Don't let that prevent you from applying for VAWA and getting all of the benefits associated with VAWA if you otherwise qualify. What you want to do is be 100% sure that your spouse is a US citizen or a green card holder. If you're not 100% sure, I would not recommend applying for VAWA. But you don't need to provide the proof. You can certainly ask the government to verify it, and you can only do that with your full VAWA application. So they can't do that separately. Just keep that in mind. Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, guys, we're approaching on half an hour. I need to get some sleep. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time. I apologize. I have had fun hanging out with you and seeing all your questions. You guys feel free to call our office tomorrow or now if you want, and we'll definitely give you a call back. You can reach us at 348-1663. You can also schedule a consultation online on our Facebook page or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. I'm going to be on again. So if you want to share this with others, please do go ahead and share this with your friends and family that might want to hang out with us next time I'm on live and ask questions. If you want to go online right now and schedule a consultation, you can do that too. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States with all types of applications. I love VAWA. So if you're thinking about VAWA and you want to talk to me more about that, go ahead and call us and schedule a consultation. Okay. Great. John says, how can I schedule a consultation without paying the consultation fee? Unfortunately, we do charge for consultations. We charge $150. It's 30 minutes. We can do it in person, on the phone, or on Zoom. So there's no way to schedule without taking care of the fee. You can call our office. If you have general questions, you can, of course, ask me here and I'll do my best to answer them for you. But if you want case-specific information and an analysis of your situation, there is a consultation fee since it's one-on-one with us. All right. Bhargav says, I already scheduled an appointment on the 12th of July. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing you, Bhargav, and look forward to meeting you. Okay. Bhargav, I don't think I answered your question here online. Let me say it out loud to see if it might help some of these guys. And then this is going to be my last question. I'm going to hop off. Okay. You said, I'm married with a green card holder before 2 months, but somehow it did not work out because my spouse threatened me. So we're filing for divorce. What do we need as proof of abuse documents? So Bhargav, what our most common case type, it's VAWA. And what most of my clients do, they don't have a ton of proof of abuse because most of it is mental, verbal, physical. There's very little, if any, physical abuse in most of my VAWA cases. So as proof of abuse, we do a very detailed declaration. So as part of the VAWA representation, my paralegal, she's wonderful, and I know that many of you have met her. She will do a call with you, and it'll be about 2 hours long, and we'll get all of the details of the abuse. We ask you specific questions, and you have to only be truthful with us and provide as much detail as you can remember. And then we help you draft up based on what you said, the declaration, which is your primary proof of abuse in your marriage. Okay. I hope that is helpful to you, Bhargav, and we'll certainly talk about all of this at your consultation on the 12th. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, and I will hopefully talk to many of you here, and I hope that we can be helpful to you, and hope this is good information for many of you thinking about VAWA or a green card, and love to chat with you more about that. Okay, sorry, it's late. This is way past my bedtime. And I'm going to hop off, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care, everybody. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you again very soon. Share this with others. Join me again. Follow us, like us to be notified when I'm on live. See you soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you.